Another project for today is getting the pump in the well. So Scott prepped this area. We have not done anything with this well since it was drilled the end of June. What do you got there?
I was just checking the depth of the well. It's still 360.
Oh, it's 360. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't measure it, but
Huh?
I know
What do you
that
mean you
this
didn't measure
line
it?
here to the white line
Yeah.
is there was I want to say probably 360 feet of line there.
Oh.
Because I fished 340 feet of water and there's always a little slack, and I never hit that white line before. So.
Oh, that's your halibut full?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay.
I didn't catch anything down
Didn't catch anything down the well, but he used it with the halibut weight, dropped it down there just to see.
Level, so I thought maybe I could.
Right. Well, they had originally drilled it at 360. Holy moly. And then had to blast it at 200. So we were just wondering if if there was any debris down at the bottom. So he was just checking the depth. And so all of this had to be dug up again, and we're just waiting for his dad to come down from Anchorage to help with this process to put in the pitless adapter and the pump. Yeah.
And the packs.
Right. Unfortunately, your dad called a couple hours ago and said there was there's an major accident. Yeah, about 40 miles north. So very tragic, but it's a 2-lane highway and they close it. So, what, sweetie?
Is it time to roast hot dogs?
No, it's not time to roast hot dogs. We gotta get some work done first. So Scott's got all his dad's plumbing stuff out here. We're just thankful that he's willing to come down and help us out with that. We've got the pump. Everything's ready to go. We just got to get in there. This is the pump. What is this thing? Century Pro. Ooh, looks snazzy. Gould's water technology. 4-inch submersible pumps. Nice. And this is a 3/4 horsepower. And we've got a ton of wire, courtesy of his dad as well. So we're just going to wait till he gets here and get that rolling.
Here we got to have one of those that'll fit. And that is 1.25 inches. And then the pipe goes on that, the wire, the pipe, and the rope all hooked to this, and this goes down the well.
Okay.
The next thing we got to do is when that hole is drilled, we got to put this thing in. So this thing comes apart like this. This goes on the outside of the well. This is on the outside, and this is on the outside. Okay. Now this is on the inside, so we need a pipe that goes in this.
Okay.
So we can set that in there, push it through the Scott's hole, and we put that on, and then the pipe to the house goes here.
Okay.
When we're done, this pipe comes out. This is how you service a well.
Okay.
And this is that's the pitless right there.
Okay.
Okay, so the pump and everything, this will be installed in the well. And then this is on the pipe, and we'll set it down, and then we got to hit this.
Okay.
And drop it down in, and that's what makes, somebody did this 100 years ago, some really smart person, and they haven't really improved on it. But you see how it's kind of aggravating even out here, so we got to
Careful, hon.
got to get that thing in there.
All right. Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Now, this pipe here is an expensive pipe, but it's the one that transitions from the flex to the well, so if there's any ground movement, you got this going on.
Okay.
But we've got a problem here. Now, right here is a check valve in the top of this well. So your well, when it pumps all that water up, it doesn't run back and it has to redo it each time. So basically, your static is 12 feet from the top.
Yeah.
Okay, you got that piece out?
I can't get through.
He's down there trying to drill the
Why is that, son?
the hole for the pitless. Well, Scott's dad is here, and we really hit the ground running. He had Scott drill the hole down here it's about 10 feet down for the pitless adapter, and just measured that. So Chris went to get a big piece of pipe that he needs that goes down here, this 10-foot piece. So he ran to get that, and then Scott went back to the apartment to get the heat gun out of the garage. I don't know what they need that for, but I'm gonna find out, I guess. And we've got there's 300 feet of pipe there. and all of the other parts and pieces on the back of the truck here that Chris has laid out. So we're gonna follow the procedure and see how we get the pump in the well and the pitless adapter. Okay. All right, so we've got the pitless adapter attached to the end of this conduit.
Now this
Carefully.
conduit's also going to help us set the pump. Right
Okay.
now we're setting the pitless.
Okay.
I'm getting pretty close. You probably got another couple of feet, another 18 inches or so. Need a flashlight? There you go. Now.
Okay.
Now
Ooh,
you're
there
good.
it is.
So Jen, I'm going to hold
Okay.
that. Scott's
Okay.
going in the hole to put this on.
Okay, I gotta quit. Okay, so he's gotta get
So
the
this goes over next.
gasket.
Yes, and you see how that contours to the well? Shape
Yeah,
of the
like-
well?
like
put it
so.
in. Right, like so. Okay, now put the nut on it. Either way. Thread it up tight, and I'm going to get you a wrench. And then you got to put a fitting in there.
Okay. So what is this other? That's a
wrench
short
around, son.
piece.
There you go. This is the other thing, the flexible line.
Okay.
That's to allow the ground to shift.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would shear right off there. Keep tightening. You got
As
it.
tight as she'll go.
That's good enough.
Wait a
Okay.
minute, hold on. No, it wasn't. Had a
So
break
that other
on there.
piece was too long. That the other one that.
I bought that one yesterday. I didn't
Oh,
know you
okay.
had this one, and that's
Okay.
the shortest one they had. It would be nice. I might want to put that long one in there. It gives us a little more flexibility. We'll see how difficult it is to get this
Oh.
this around.
This. Okay. We've got
If
to
it
attach.
was warm, it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah, you don't have to
41
kill it, son.
degrees.
Just nice and snug. What you're doing is, they got that gasket. You got the gasket against the pipe, right?
Yeah.
A gasket on the inside against the pipe. Okay.
Yeah.
What does that do for you? It keeps the groundwater out,
Okay.
so you can't contaminate your well.
Pretty tight now.
All right, now
Okay.
tighten that fitting up. Well, first of all, lay those down. Lay those down. Just lay them down, son.
Okay, we need 1 inch.
Because we're working with 1-inch tubing.
Okay.
Okay. Now your
My backfill this Jen, I want to put some of that extra foam or styrofoam from
Yeah.
the ICF
Yeah.
top and bottom on this.
son, we won't backfill this right away because we're gonna. When you get this done, we're ready to backfill, but you want to check for leaks. And then the main thing, you guys want to make sure you got it bedded so if it shifts, the ground shifts, it doesn't shear it off.
Okay.
So styrofoam is golden. All right, now we
Okay.
need a 1-inch PEX ring.
Okay.
I think you can live with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I
slide.
Alright, that.
Get these from Jen and slide 2 of those over there. Now, where is your that fitting I gave
It's
you?
going over this.
Will it go over that?
Nope.
Oh man.
Way too small.
All right. Where's that fit? Where's that? Okay, now I'm gonna have you put this one on second. This is the good one. No, it's okay. Let it slide. Okay, and then this one. Oops. Put that one on. That one's a $6. Those other 50 cents. That's more of a commercial one. Okay. We want that one in the middle of that thing.
About right here.
That right there. Now you want this one. We'll go ahead and have another one. Just because.
So
slide-
I need to go down.
Slide yours down just a touch. All right, now slide your doofer in there. Let's see what it looks like. If we had a leak here, we could fix it, but I don't think we will have. That's a pretty good fitting there. Okay, now what size is that? Is that 3/8?
This one?
Yeah, those.
It looks like about a 3/8.
Here, try this one.
The other one I can do with screwdriver.
No, you want to use nut wrenches. Get the big boy first. Is that the right one?
Nope.
Okay, one size bigger.
Let me see.
You got that snugged up pretty good. There's about 7 barbs on there, and so I think we should have a good connection here. Okay, so
What is a barb? Sorry, I don't know. What do you mean by that? 7 barb?
on those fittings, they got barbs that stick out.
Oh, okay.
So that's what seals the pipe, bites into the pipe from the
Okay.
inside. All right, that's good enough. You don't want to kill it. If it leaks, we'll tighten it some more. Okay, now there's your gasket in there, because that gasket is critical to seal that.
Gasket's in there.
Okay, take the rubber, take the blue thing off, and swing the pipe in there and tighten it up. All that blue thing is to protect the threads. Okay, now easy as you go, so you don't. Okay, now you got to be nuts on this thing. It's got, of course, that flexible will help you a little bit. And make sure.
I may need Jen to come down here.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's call
Down
it
in
good.
the
I hear
hole.
it going against that. And if it leaks, we'll tighten it some more. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. How to get down here and hold it.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
She's videoing.
Yeah.
That's ready to go now. So
All right.
We're gonna. Bad connection down in the hole.
Needs to be a good crimp.
Well, you're 360 feet down in water. So this is a.
Of course, we're only going 300 feet down.
We're good.
Well, this is
However long the PEX is.
this is kind of stuff that, you know, they pay big bucks for it for splicers that are splicing this kind of stuff. Okay, son.
Mhm.
You get under it. Always go under and then keep it moving.
Okay. And what is that doing?
This is a heat shrink. This is it takes the place of tape, and it has a mastic on the inside of it that seals the water out. It's a special crimper connector,
Okay.
and it only calls for 1, but we're going to use 2. So that seals the water out, so you don't have cross-contamination. Now slide that other one up on there, son.
Oh, I see.
There you go. And this is just overkill here.
Okay.
Typically wells are 100 feet deep, so since we're real deep. You don't need to tape anymore because 4 of these and they're all redundant. Good solid crimps, because when you pull this pump, there's a possibility that the wires may be part of what you're pulling.
Oh.
Okay, all right. Okay, so that'll cool, and you see that's got kind of a mastic on it. We'll hit the ends of those again just to seal the ends good with the gun.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have to do that for all those wires.
We're going to do the same wires for all of them.
Okay.
Get a little bit more here. One of the requirements to be an electrician is you can't be colorblind. I don't know what that's all about, but and to be a lineman, you can't have a fear of heights. And also, son, remind me to put that sleeve on, because once you crimp it, you can't get the sleeve on. Okay? So they have to be in place.
That's good.
So you have to get it in sequence. There you go. Slide it. Oh, you got 2 of them. I got the
You
one
want
over
it?
here.
Oh, you want? Oh,
Yeah, that's good. All right, now yellow is probably significant in the well thing. Now these crimps here are really critical. You need to make sure you get a good crimp. Okay. Now you want to. If you're not good at crimping, there's a special hydraulic tools they use for this. But there's a balance between killing it and crimping it. And then once you get it, you want to make sure there's no flexibility in your crimp. All right? All right, so shrink
Okay,
that
then
one.
you start the process over again.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Now go from below and keep that in the middle. And we got to go down to 1 inch here.
Okay. So
Anytime you're plumbing,
we
you
didn't
want
get the right fitting for that.
that's 1.25 inches.
Okay.
And this is all 1 inch stuff.
Okay. So we're adapting.
Well, anytime you're plumbing, you want to eliminate as many fittings as you can, because everywhere you got a fitting, you got a potential for a leak.
Hmm.
And if this leaked right here, it wouldn't be catastrophic. All it would do is every time the pump came on, a little bit of the water would be going out your stupid fitting here instead of up your well. But it goes right back in the well, so it's something you never know is going on.
Yeah, honey.
And this is one of the better 20th century inventions right here as a result of the space program.
No, I can't do that right now, sweetheart. Can you just use the one that's in there? Use that one that's in there.
Go see Grammy. She'll take you if you see Grammy. If you see Grammy, she will take you.
No, but no, because the birdie is way up
We'll
high.
get it later, okay?
No.
Use
You have that other birdie to play
Use
with.
the other one, sweetheart.
Honey,
Oops.
play with the other birdie. Both of them?
All right.
Okay, use the one on the window then.
I put this on wrong, backwards.
Yeah, well, we can't get to it right now, Imogene.
Okay, this way. Now this Teflon was invented by the military and NASA in a space program, and one of the offshoots when they invented it was it replaced pipe dope as a sealant, and you never get any surprises out of it. And when you go to take a fitting loose 10 or 15 years from now, you have Teflon, and Teflon is never degrades. Unfortunately, we may find out 50 years from now it's a cancer-causing agent because it's persistent. We used to put copper pipes in and sweat it with lead solder, and then we found out we were killing all of our kids with lead and the solder. So then they started putting less lead and more silver. Then it didn't seal as good, you know, as the lead did. Lead is almost a perfect seal, and it has a few good properties, but it's got a few bad properties too, you know. Like it makes kids act funny.
Not so good.
Use gold.
Well,
Use
gold
Yeah.
and silver, in World War II, they wired Oak Ridge in silver because they were using all the copper for bullets and stuff and brass. So they used in Eastman, a lot of their pipes are silver, which is actually a better sealer, but then there's issues with it, like costs a lot. And then you may go home and come back the next day to work and somebody's stolen all the wire out of your factory.
Gee.
Well, that happens.
It's gold and silver.
Hillbillies, in Tennessee, the meth thing, you'd be wiring a house, you come back the next day and all your wire's gone. Just your wire.
Wow.
Okay. Where'd that Teflon go? There it is. Okay, so we're going from 1 1/4 down to 1 inch. Now this 1 inch is going to go on the pipe, and we're going to put it on again with a series of clamps. Okay, Scott, we need to tighten this up now with a pair of water pumps or a pipe wrench. And you want to tighten this one, which will in turn tighten 1, 2, 3 places.
Oh, okay.
So you only tighten just in one place.
Mm.
And this is set here so you can have a wrench on this if you need it. That is plastic. Now this hole here is for your rope. Typically you put a rope on this, so when you pull it, you're pulling from the rope, the wire, and the pipe, so you don't break something coming loose. All right. Actually, you know what? I like brass better. Yeah. You talked about the what barbs I was telling you about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. Now I bought this at Spinar today. This is probably $1.50, and this is probably $10
Ooh.
because it's brass. But brass is what you use in the ocean, or bronze. You know, it's really not. It's more of a bronze than it is a brass, but it's really good in this situation here. And these other things here, your pump is plastic, real high impact plastic, and then this is galvanized and galvanized. So you've got a dissimilar metal thing going on here. So over time, you could have an issue with all right, Scott, you want to tighten that? Stay away from these barbs. Now this thing will be ready to go in the ground as quick as we get the pipe on it and get the wires spliced. And it starts going down the well, wires and pipe, until we run out of pipe. And then when we run out of pipe,
That's it.
keep going. I was just turning, you're tightening these up now, see? So just get, you got 60 PSI on this. And again, if you got a leak, it's not a showstopper, but your pump's just, you're wasting 1 or 2% of your energy. Now the good news, your static is up to 12 feet, so you got 350 feet of water in that well. We're going to hang the pump at about 300 feet. So your well, each time it comes on, it's not really pumping 300 feet deep, it's pushing. So it doesn't work as hard.
Okay.
Now if you have a slow flow in this well, which you may have, you got 400 or 500 gallons of water in there all the time. Okay, now what we're going to do is finish these splices here.
Okay.
Okay, so what we got to do now is we got to get that pipe. Give me one end of that pipe, son. Every time your pump comes on, it torques a little bit. So these things right here help buffet that a little bit.
Okay.
So you put these on the pipe at a couple of spots so it kind of stops that. Now there's a new modern pump that costs twice as much as this, or actually about $1,000 more.
Oof.
That is 3-phase and it goes slowly, it starts slowly and then slowly, so there's no torque. And it maintains a constant pressure.
Okay. We should have been doing this in July.
Well, yeah, this
Now, because now our
next month it would be impossible. Now, what you should do in a perfect world is have this in a house overnight.
a heated house.
A heated house. Well, you guys
That's
are
still
only a
not-
day from having a heated house. One day.
We're getting there.
You're 1 day away. Actually, you're half a day away.
Well, I got to get that rock up there too.
We're always 1 day away and then it rains.
Well, son, don't let the hose bib and that stop you, because that's too easy to move that stuff around.
What do you need?
I'm gonna put 3 of these. They're cheap. I don't like this type of connection, but it'll work. All right, son?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Keep going. Okay. Help me push that on there, Scott. Push. Oop. Keep pushing.
Down.
Okay, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You're doing good. A little bit. Come on. There you go. Keep it against that thing there. So, come on, son.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
There you go.
Come on. Come on. All right, I'm gonna put a little heat on it. It's gonna be good and tight. That's what you want.
Yeah.
You don't need a problem here. All right, let's go again. Okay.
Keep it up against there. Okay.
I like it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. One more barb. Lovely. All right. That baby ain't going nowhere.
Nice.
Yeah, no.
All right, where's your wrench that you had for those? You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Oh, looks bigger. Guess it did.
So those 7 barbs are coming into play now.
Okay.
See, some of these
Oh,
are just 1 barb.
I
That's
see.
a different kind of fitting. That's a more of a in-house heat pex fitting. Do a little slack here. got a lot of rough edges right here, so it'd be good if we had something that we could put in between there, like, I guess it's all right. It stays like this, as long as it's good and tight. But these wires could short out, you know, if you... All right, so we're going to do this. Come here, son, give me a hand with this. Hold that for me right there. Good. Okay. These are getting your way at this point. You don't want them hanging on stuff going down in there. Okay, now then. Okay.
Okay, so this is a expensive wire, and it's
Very expensive. Anything that's
highly
going to be in high heat or high water or anything. And we got to be really careful with this when we start putting it down that well.
All right.
That we don't scratch it. Usually where you have a problem with it is at the top of the well where it comes out and the well guy left all those boogers on it.
Okay, we're being extra careful. Couldn't find any electrical tape, so
Electrical
we're using
tape would be
best.
just this. You know, this stuff here is pretty good. We're giving it some physical
Gorilla
protection,
tape.
but this doesn't have any insulation value.
Oh.
Okay, now we got some really tricky stuff we got to do. Okay. Now this thing, for all practical purposes, is ready to start getting down the well.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start sending it down so we can get rid of some of it. Otherwise we're going to have this stupid stuff all over the place.
Okay.
10, 100.
Stephanie, grab some wire ties right there, the black ones. All right, Scott.
Okay. We're going with it.
Yeah. Thing with this rope right here. Okay, right here, Stephanie. Put a wire tie right here. You can turn your wire tie that way.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, pull it. All right, now then, go get my pliers and let me cut this wire tie off. Ease it down, get it past the pitless, and then we'll be in good shape.
Princess Leia, where are you?
You're looking good. Looking good.
I don't think you're over here. I think you're over.
Well, we have at least 100 feet down there already. 150, you think? Yeah? Okay, so we're having to feed the pipe and the...
We're going to go till we run out of pipe or wire, whichever comes first.
Okay, so I'm trying to keep this. So you need a few people. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay.
We got a little bit of a mess on our... Oops. We gotta untangle that. Okay. Got lots of wire, we're okay with that.
All right, how you
Keep
doing?
feeding it down there.
Coming up on a little curl there, undo that. There you go.
Alright, so we want about 8 feet.
Okay, now, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me think what I want to do. Where's that cutter at?
Alright, so we're at the end of it. We had exactly 300 feet of pipe. So we know.
Wire tie right here.
Yeah? Okay, let me grab one. This is this is the pipe that we put in the well. Oops, can't see that. What are we doing here?
Now you're going to tighten.
I'm tightening?
Yeah, go ahead. One of us has to.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna have to stop filming.
This, son, you won't be doing anything. You need to hold that, okay? You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
All
This
right.
pipe won't be doing anything here in a minute.
Okay. I got the back end of that wire.
Okay. Okay.
I got the wire if you want to pull that away. I got the wire and the rope if you want to
Okay.
pull that away.
Okay.
Do you want me, do you want me to hold it?
Oh, it's good. Keep going. One more barb. Okay. One more. Okay. Ooh, look at that.
So it'd be better if we had a metal pipe rather than this? Is that
A
what?
little less. Okay, where's that piece of rebar you had, Jen?
Okay, I'll get. All right, so that's our little safety. So it, in case
you
it
see
does
what's going
drop,
on?
it would stop
When it
it.
turns, it's ready to go. You got it.
Here.
I'll hold the light. Okay, you get it in the top of it. Need me to pick up?
Need light.
Okay.
Can't see.
This is the tough part.
It's
Got to get that thing to line up
pipe
down
is
there.
not gonna let me do it.
All right, you want me to do it?
This is really tricky as they're trying to line up that
Try to slide it down now. A little.
pitless
Turn it
adapter to
towards me a
slide
little.
it in.
Right there.
And we're
Down.
using that other pipe for some leverage.
You got lighter, is it on it?
Try going down a little.
Okay, I've had to get in the hole on the ladder here to, it's like now a 3-person job to shine the flashlight in there so that Scott can hold that. And that we're having a tough time trying to get this thing lined up. So fortunately it's not down any farther than that. Okay, well, we're just waiting. This is what we're trying to do down here. And we've got it resting on there right now. Chris is going to use his engineering mind to come up with something to push this over. Wish we had a more of a stable pipe here to.
Need a 10-foot metal pipe.
Need a 10-foot metal pipe. Yep, and it'd be done. But anyway, we're going to have to rig something down there. He's going to come up with it. There's a new plan. Something we need to
This tape comes on.
wedge that down in there. I got that at Lowe's.
Okay. The Gorilla tape's pretty good. This
Yeah.
is
You like that better?
We have a roll of Gorilla tape in there somewhere.
There's another one
A
there.
bigger.
your fingers.
All right. We're gonna hope that this is enough to wedge across there. I'm gonna have to shine a light again. Okay. Yeah. So what are we doing here? We got to.
We're hooking up a well.
We're But this wiring stuff is way too technical for me. How do you know what you're doing there?
I was in the Air Force for 30 years, and my primary job when I was young, I was an electrician, and then I became a lineman, and then I got promoted, and I made Chief Master Sergeant. And my last job, I was in charge of the infrastructure, the electrical infrastructure in Cheyenne Mountain in NORAD at the Cheyenne Mountain Complex.
Ooh.
Well,
So-
that's where you made chief, and then your
No, I
last
made
job was
chief.
up
I
there
made chief in
Anchorage.
Camiso, Sicily.
Oh, that's right.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I was working over there. We were building a base and power plants and runways
Huh.
for the cruise missile program. And then I got promoted there, and I came to Cheyenne Mountain, and I was going to get out of the Air Force, and they offered me an assignment to come back to Alaska. So I spent my last 10 years as the electrical manager for the Air Force in Alaska. Generators, airfield lighting, power plants, and infrastructure stuff.
Wow. So how many years have you been retired now?
20.
Wow.
Retired in 97.
Oh my goodness.
It was 20 years
Can't
in,
believe it was 20
in
years.
Yeah.
July.
Wow.
I still had my brown.
I have very little battery left on my camera, so I'm cutting it short here. He's got all the wires hooked up. We put a piece of conduit down here, and now we're going to see if it works. We got water coming out?
What I'm going to do here,
Ooh.
you got leaks here, son, see your Teflon will take care of that. Now I'm going to turn it off.
Oh, that.
And
Okay.
what we're going to do
We shut
is
it off.
I'm going to go out and see if it leaks. And if it doesn't leak, you can cover it back up. So we're in business here, except for...
Yeah, I found that Teflon. It's in here now.
Okay, so you want to make sure you Teflon all this for a little while. This is
Okay.
this is going to be going away, but this could be a month.
Temporary.
The way you guys are
I know.
getting stuff.
We're slow. It's dark.
Well,
It's
just make-
down there. What are you doing?
So
down
we
there?
just pressurized it, and we had to tighten this up a little bit. It's leaking a little bit. Now we got her squared away. She's good.
She's good.
Pump's strong. Has a good high flow of water going into the house.
Nice.
I want to really purge this thing out
We'll see
and
how
let it run for a while and see if it how this well does on its own with that much pressure going through it.
Yeah.
And then you know, before we close everything off, I'd like to see where that static comes back up to, you know.
Yep.
Like if it comes up quickly or what the deal is, you know.
That.
All right, so that's a single what?
Single phase capacitor.
Single phase capacitor.
Okay, now this thing here is going to be, this yellow wire is going to come out of here, go up there, and it's going to come over and it's going to bring power down here to this box.
Oh.
So this box will be here, and then this plumbing is going to go into the bottom of your expansion tank. Where's that T at, son? That nice little sexy T that come with this. It was in a box. And I'll show you how it works real quick.
Okay, that thing goes on the bottom of the pressure tank. We'll,
I think so.
all right, when we get that stuff, yeah, it'll be
So
another,
this water
another
comes
project.
in, this water comes into the pressure tank. Gets pressurized, and then it brings it out to your manifold.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of plumbing going on here.
One thing we wanted to get back to doing today that we didn't have a chance to was to run the well some more. Scott's dad was saying you just got to work on developing your well, which is running more water out of it. And so we haven't even had a chance to look to see where the static is. Maybe we can try to look before we leave. We drained quite a bit out of it last night before we left and wanted to see how long it was going to take to fill it back up again to like whatever it was, 13 feet. So let me see if we're going to do that. All right, so we're going to check and see.
Yeah, I see the water. It's probably I want to say probably 10 feet below the pitless adapter right now.
Okay.
So that's less than 24 hours. I don't know when this got to that. That's pretty close to the static level that it was at.
Yeah.
It was like, I want to say 12, 13 feet deep. So it's pretty close to the static that it was at. There's still water coming in. I can see it.
You can see it? Oh, nice.
You can't hear the drip that I heard earlier.
Huh.
Well, it's moving probably because it's still pushing up. But anyways, the when I got here at, 1 o'clock, I checked it. Couldn't see the water yet, but I could hear fast sounding drips, like,
Oh, nice.
you know. But I'm thinking it was probably 40 feet at that point. Even though I couldn't see it, like the sound, you know, I'm just guessing. I know they said they hit some water at 40, and then they hit okay water at 60, like a little better. And then we know for a fact somewhere around 90, that's where they hit the best, I think the best flow they were getting all the way down. No, they weren't really hitting much any further down.
No.
But like my dad says, keep purging this thing.
Yeah.
And as it fills in the new water, the fines will work out of those bleed points.
Oh.
And it should open up more and more and more and more, like an open wound bleeding. It's just going to open up more and more and more. If it doesn't, it starts to slow down. Well, that's a bad thing.
Okay, so this week we just need to
highly unlikely.
keep working on doing that a little bit.
Purge it a couple times and then keep checking the water quality. It should improve each time you pump it.
Okay.
As
And
it works
so
out the
all
slope
that
of the
electrical
lines.
stuff, we're just like temporary cover over it right now, but your dad's gonna have to come back down and,
He's coming back down, I think, either tomorrow or sometime this week, and we're gonna finalize this thing.
okay.
And then
And then we need to,
tomorrow our goal is get
We gotta
the
work on-
rest of the fasteners on the roof, get that little piece of flashing on
Yeah.
there.
we gotta get some
get styrofoam
insulation
around these
around
guys,
all
yeah.
that stuff down there and fill this thing.
Exactly.
If this thing is fine, it's not leaking, it's good,
It's
then
not
we're
leaking,
just gonna
yeah.
cover that back up. So sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I want to add one more thing about the well. We originally had it drilled at the end of June, and our budget for the well drilling and the pump man, which was going to be a separate build to install the pump and the pitless adapter and all that stuff. Our budget for that was $13,000. Okay, so when they kept drilling and drilling and drilling and not hitting a lot of water that was flowing. I mean, so basically it went down 360 feet, and at $50 a foot, there you go, do the math on that, plus the cost of having to fracture it or when they blasted it about 200 feet down to try to shake things up. So, you know, $18,000 later, which, you know, $5,000 over the budget, that just like killed us right there in the very beginning. So needless to say, we did not have much room to have the pump man come and install that stuff. So that's why this has been sitting for such a long time. And we knew that Scott's dad knew how to do all that, but he had his other projects going on and stuff. So it was finally waiting until he had some time to come help us do this. And fortunately, it was before it got too cold down here. But anyway, that just saved us, probably a couple $1,000 and having that install done. So yeah, and we, we got a savings on the pump and the other parts and stuff. So it was just really generous of him to help us with all of that. But that is a very, very technical job. And I mean, my head was spinning half the time yesterday when he was saying, okay, put this here and do this and whatever. I'm like, there was so much technical knowledge, and I couldn't imagine trying to do that ourselves without, knowing all of that. So anyway, it was a major accomplishment to have all that done in a day, but it really set us back in the beginning going over on the budget like that. But you just don't know. You're drilling a well. We've got neighbors in this neighborhood who drilled and hit nothing. Even I don't know how many, hundreds of feet down. So there are people here who just have to haul water in. I mean, there's a well that's almost 300 feet down, just a few lots away from us, and very little water running in it. So we feel very blessed to, even though this costs us a lot of money, that we at least have water in the well, and it's being pumped up. So we're going to keep working on developing that, and that's it.